think we're very sensitive towards safer spaces and like cozy spaces and places where people feel like opening up. So I think the 3 rooms, 3 different approaches to trying to create little places to share something that give you the courage or encourage you to share something.
But also at the same time, it's also the result of our own sharing process with each other. Yeah. So it's not an exhibition that was thought to from the beginning to the end with a very specific concept, but rather like has a working process. Exactly. Because when you work with collective, you cannot really have
just this loop and spirals.
And
iterative movement.
And you get inspired with each other, which is great too. And it's always, somebody may be interested more in this, somebody more interested in this, so you make a micro collaboration in between the collective as well sometimes.
Yeah, we were thinking about how things could be produced that are technological objects in a way that they are not exploitative. Obviously, there is almost no way to produce the same kind of quality of high-tech without extreme exploitation. So we are trying to think of objects that already exist that can be conductive or isolating or resistant. So some of the videos we show in the other rooms are also portraying artists to try that, to build circuits from maybe liquids or from biohacking materials that have certain qualities that can be used in an electric circuit. And hacking, we don't mean like to rob someone's bank account, but hacking is for us to really look behind the screens how it is done and understand it and make it yourself, to really understand it and be able to make it your own and extend it.
So this is an interactive table, which is the base of our performance. We had the amazing collaboration from Erika Farina to do this embroidery with conductive textile. It was inspired in the identity of Miss Baltazar lab, especially this, in particular these asterisks. And we developed this pattern and created this sort of like, I like to call it an instrument in a way, because all these little different stars, they work as triggers. And so by interacting with it, we trigger a different sound. So we collected, during this last week we were here setting up the exhibition, different sounds. And we recorded ourselves. And the idea would be to have like a performance where we can sit around a table and drink coffee. And also it's the base of, or it's a result of another research we are doing since a long time, which is to upcycle this porcelain, very old porcelain that belongs, some of them we kind of grew up with it. We wanted to research on the potentiality of using the gold. This lustered gold, which is a very old technique of porcelain, has a way to also like interact with the circuit. So it becomes somehow the gold in the porcelain is made in such a way, or it was modified by us or hacked by us in such a way that we can actually ground it to the whole pattern of the towel.
And this table, the performance also communicates with the manuals, which you see in the background. So the manuals are a way to share knowledge, are a starting point, the sharing knowledge. And so if people are interested in how this tablecloth is made, they can just go there and read, and there's kind of everything, like every little detail is there.
Yes, so how to, from the embroidery until actually the program and hardware and all the electronic parts. So everything is, it's also a way that we try now in the collective to gather from different artists that collaborate with us a little sort of act of demystification of an aspect of their work, right? So something that it's really, we don't really understand, because with technology we always have this like magic, right? So we want to really share it in a very open way, and the artists we collaborate, they usually also like have an open source approach, so everything is quite kind of easy to communicate and understand.
But I have to add that it took a lot of convincing to have people sharing. For several reasons. Some said what I did for my artwork is not smart enough, so I don't want to share it because then people will think I was not good at doing that. And the other argument was, this is so brilliant, I don't want people to know because it's my secret.
So it's again, it leads to the open secret topic that there's this ambivalency.
The Female Artist Index was also like a project we started to develop during the pandemic, and the idea would be actually to also have an index online where we could feature like artists that are peers and they are sort of like researching, working in practice on these fields, but that live in Vienna. So we started really to index them in Vienna, and with the first like let's say financial support we got for the development of the website, we only managed 30 artists, which were like mainly our collaborators, and then we have been able to extend it further, but it's still like a working in progress. And it was it's for us not just an index, not just like a service, but also like somehow a way to feature other artists.
The project in that same room we were talking about now also has sound showers in there. It's 6 sound showers, and each sound shower is spoken by one of the collective members. And we tried to have this kind of situation when we recorded it like in a church where people confess their sins. So we didn't know which of us would say. And it was actually really surprising. So we asked people to around 10 to 15 minutes just have this monologue where they just think about how they feel in the collective. And I think it's now like has like a soundscape now that you can go from one sound shower to the next and listen to these different concerns and confessions and insults. And the idea was to also make it kind of a sculpture, these relations and this
to bring them
in the center somehow.
Again, connecting them to each other somehow. So it works as an acoustic network somehow.
So on the one hand, the Salon of Open Secrets, from it Open Secrets is this open secret that there are no resources anymore and that we cannot go on like this. And on the other hand, the open secret of collectivity, if you want to work together and collaborate, you have to share, you have to open. And so in many aspects, this exhibition is putting this secret or this relation in the center.
It's really demystification, I would say, in that sense.
It's about community, it's very much about visibility, it's about network, and it's about empowerment. So it's really kind of
about also secrets, sharing secrets.
Sharing secrets, it's sharing kind of what you do and how you do it. So in an ideal world, one day it will be not only a very, very big index, but it will also kind of be connected to this sharing of practices in a way. So this continuing of the minerals.